This is the reason why people abandon projects, because the contractor, on the other hand, when he gets to a certain point, he decides, there is no more money to do this thing. Hey, he abandons the project. When they do this, I just feel that we are kind of shooting ourselves in the leg, because at the end of the day, who is the project going to benefit? Brother, I promise you, every project in this country will be completed and done properly.
One of the many issues that have plagued this country, Nigeria, is one of abandoning projects. What is the cause of this issue, and is there something that can be done to prevent this? Nigeria, also known as the Giant of Africa, with diverse mineral resources and massive landmass, have experienced a staggering number of abandoned projects, 56,000 to be precise, and estimated at about 17 trillion naira and counting. Traveling as I do, it is impossible not to see the skeletal frameworks of abandoned projects. What is even heartbreaking is the amount of resources that have gone into this project that can never be recovered, and the improvement this project will have brought to the lives of Nigerians had they been completed. Today, I'll be giving you a glimpse of a few projects that will have been transformative but now abandoned, the cause of the abandonment, and what can be done to prevent future waste of resources. Projects that have been abandoned. Let me start with this. Before I do, I want you guys to understand that I'm doing this not because I'm in support of anybody. I'm a Nigerian that travels around this country, and I see a lot of things that breaks my heart. And I sometimes just imagine what benefit they would have brought if they were completed. So I'm doing this just to tell us that things could be done better than this. They could be done. All right, number one, the National Library, Abuja. The country's National Library occupies about 4 hectares of land containing 78,000 square meters of office space plus conference facilities, and is located in the Federal Business District of Abuja. The truth is, we all know what a library is and the importance to the nation in terms of education. But another implication of its completion is the job opportunities it will have created. But this project has been stalled, and here is why. In 2006, the cost of the project was pegged at 8.5 billion by the government, with a completion period of about 22 months. By 2013, the amount shot up to 18 billion, and the project was said to have been stopped as a result of poor funding. 2 years later, the project was said to have been reviewed to 38.8 billion by the stakeholders, and the construction firm submitted a new bill of 78 billion for completion. But owing to inflation rates, this still went up to 100 billion as at the last time it was reviewed. Just so you know, this project is still not completed yet. Abuja CCTV project. Amount spent is $460 million. The purpose of the CCTV contract was to facilitate real-time online communication between security agencies to enhance the capacities in fighting crimes. The project was to generate voice, video, and data using the CDMA technology to tackle terrorism and armed robbery, kidnapping, and other violent crimes that increasingly undermine our security. But years later, the installed cameras have become mere objects of decoration. Out of 1,000 cameras in Abuja, only 40 are online, while 960, in the word of a police officer who is manning the center, are down or vandalized. Closed-circuit cameras were part of the National Public Security Commission system, contract awarded in 2010 to a Chinese company, ZTE Corporation, at $470 million. The Chinese Exim Bank provided 399.5 million loan, while the federal government paid the balance of 15%, amounting to 70.3 million in counterpart funding. Some 1,000 units of the CCTV camera were supposed to be installed in Lagos and Abuja, but it has become another monument of waste. Several probes to unveil the failed execution or salvage the project has gone futile. Ajaokuta Steel Mills, amount spent $8 million. Ajaokuta Steel Mill is a steel mill in Nigeria located in Ajaokuta, Kogi State, Nigeria, built on a 24 hectares, which is 59,000 acres, site. Starting in 1979, it is the highest steel mill in Nigeria, and the coke, oven, and byproduct plants are larger than all the refineries in Nigeria combined. It is said that in 1994, the equipment erection work at the Ajaokuta mill was 98% completed and just 2% remaining to be completed. However, the project was mismanaged and remains incomplete 40 years later. 3/4 of the complex had been abandoned, and only the light mill have been put into operation for small-scale fabrication of the production of iron rods. South Korea, which started its steel construction around the same time with Ajaokuta Steel, has a revenue base of over $60 billion per annum and employed over 65,000 staff. Ajaokuta Steel would have done better if it had started production. If this can ever be brought back to life, I don't know. Even those that do not have any of the key minerals inputs needed for the smelting had over the years developed the capacity to produce steel. Japan and Korea, for instance, have no mineral resources or iron and steel, but they rank among the world top 10 countries in steel production. Nigeria, that is blessed with raw materials such as iron ore, coal, natural gas, and limestone needed for the manufacturing of steel, is still struggling with what to do with the dormant plant. Oh my God. Mambilla hydropower plant, amount spent $5.8 billion. Mambilla hydropower project is a 3.05 gigawatt hydroelectric facility under development on the Dongo River near Buruf in Kakara village in Tinapa State, Nigeria. When completed, it is supposed to be the largest power generating installation in the country and one of the largest hydroelectric power stations in Africa. The Mambilla hydropower plant has been planned for over 40 years. It is expected to connect to 4 dams across Donga River, but attempt to construct the power plant up to now has been unsuccessful. This is a result of power play, political interest, change in administration, and economic downturn as a result of increased fuel price. Dredging of the river Niger, amount spent 43.3 billion naira. On December 1st, 2008, the late president signed a 34.8 billion naira contract for the dredging of the lower river Niger from Warri to Baro. To make this dream come true, the late president inaugurated the project on September 10, 2009 in Lokoja, the capital of Kogi State, with a 3-year completion plan. The contract sum was later reviewed upward in the Federal Executive Council on November 2, 2011, with additional approval of 8.5 billion naira, thus putting the entire estimate cost of the project at 43.3 billion naira. Despite the billions of naira spent by the federal government in both capital and maintenance dredging of the river Niger, to make it all year round navigable and boost economic activities on the waterways, the operations of the inland water transport sector still remain a far cry. In August 2014, the former president declared officially that the administration has completed the dredging of 527-kilometer lower river Niger from Warri to Baro at the median edition of the International Conference and Exhibition organized by the NIWA in Lagos. However, many years after the official declaration and celebration of a dredged river Niger, nothing seemed to have changed, as no barge or cargo has been seen hauling goods via the river. This is as a result of speculations that the dredging project was never completed in the first place. Brass LNG. Amount spent $10 billion. The Brass LNG project's objective is to construct an LNG complex on Brass Island, Bayelsa State, Nigeria, and in so doing develop Nigeria's abundant gas resources, reduce the diverse effect of gas flaring on the environment, and provide socio-economic benefits to the local and wider Nigerian community. Other benefits include the fact that Nigeria's 206 trillion cubic feet of proven natural gas is only 12% of Russia's 1,688 TCF, and the European energy giant hauls home over $400 million daily in gas sales to Europe. Nigeria could have been earning close to this every week had it made its energy sector attractive for investment and completed the stalled liquefied natural gas project. The gas project was initiated in 2005 with the groundbreaking ceremony performed by the President Olusegun Obasanjo on May 14, 2007. The Brass LNG project, which was designed to produce 10 million metric tons per annum, was to be built by NNPC, Total, ConocoPhillips and Eni Group, but ConocoPhillips withdrew from the project in 2013. Originally, the project was supposed to cost about $8.5 billion. However, some officials put the cost up to about $15 to $20 billion. In January 2017, after lying dormant for years, the project was rekindled again. However, it is yet to be completed. This project is among the many wonderful projects in Nigeria that is yet to see the light of day. Tinapa Free Trade Zone. Amount spent $350 million. Tinapa was initiated by Governor Donald Duke as a way to boost businesses and tourism in Cross River State. Over $350 million was spent on the initial development. It was commissioned on the 2nd April 2007, intended to combine business and recreational functions with duty-free shopping. The legal status of the Tinapa Free Trade Zone has been uncertain. The place was opened for a while but did not last long. The last time I was there, it was abandoned and in a state of ruin. River State Monorail. Amount spent $400 million. The River State Monorail, also known as River Monorail and occasionally as Port Harcourt Monorail, is a partially built monorail urban transportation project in Port Harcourt, River State, Nigeria. Look at even the monorail. Look at the rail where the station is supposed to be. It's supposed to take them from here up. It's so sad. You know, I keep saying this in like the other video I did in Jos where I saw that building that was government built and they abandoned. Then the other hotel we went to where they owing salary for over 32 months or thereabout. You know, it's sad. 3 stations and connecting guideway of Phase 1A were constructed and 1 vehicle was delivered, but the line never went into operation and the development stopped in 2016. The project was announced in 2011 and construction commenced in 2012. As of September 2017, construction has only been partially completed despite $400 million having been spent and the project is at a standstill. Some reports say the project will never be completed. As of 2021, news report indicates that the project has been abandoned.
So guys, There are different things that I believe are the reasons why people do these things. Here are 3 reasons why I believe people do these things, why people abandon projects. One of the major reasons I believe is the love of money. When I say the love of money, what I mean is that people, because they love money, they will steal, scheme, scam people, whatever they need to do. Because when a project is given to a contractor and they say the job is just 10 naira and they up it to 100 naira, they will take off the 90 naira they need to take off. Then again, they will still take money from the contractor for that job. And at the end of the day, how much is left for the contractor to do that job? Nothing. This is the reason why people abandon projects, because the contractor, on the other hand, when he gets to a certain point, he decides, there is no more money to do this thing. Hey, he abandons the project. The other reason I believe why projects are being abandoned is because they want to bring down their opponents. When I say this, here's what I mean. When, say, a political party comes into power and the other party that was there that enacted that project is a different party, what sometimes they do is that instead of continuing that project, they decide to stop it so that that project will look bad on the other politicians or the other party while they start a new one. When they do this, I just feel that we are kind of shooting ourselves in the leg, because at the end of the day, who is the project going to benefit? The people of the country. And when these politicians do this thing, trying to winch out each other, at the end of the day, we are the ones that are at the losing end. And I think it's the wrong thing. Honestly think it is a terrible thing, because at the end of the day, the politician doesn't pursue that project. It is left halfway, or sometimes even not just left halfway. He goes ahead and say, oh, that project was not properly priced. He goes and reprices it, and then they wipe off the money that is on top of it. Crazy people. The third and the last reason, I think, is because we are not a united front. It also goes back to the second point that I made, because if we are a united front in this country, or we are united as a country, I believe we will go out to make things work for ourselves. The way it stands right now, we are like, oh, okay, this is not from my place. This project is not done in my area. There is no need for me to pursue it. That one is a Lagos-Calabar highway. I'm not going to pursue it. I'm just talking about maybe when the next government comes, maybe he's not in the same party, then, maybe somebody else comes and says, oh, that project is being done in the northeast. I'm not going to pursue it. I'm going to abandon it. We are not a united front. If we see ourselves as Nigerians, we will go ahead and pursue a true cause to make this country a great nation. I don't know what you guys think. I know you guys may have other reasons why you think the reason why people abandon projects. Please let me know in the comment section. Maybe you're not from this country, you're from some other countries and you have your own uniqueness. Please let us know in the comment section. We can argue these things out, we can learn from each other. That's the reason why that comment section is here. And if you think I made some mistakes, or where you think maybe some of these projects I mentioned are not true, please, there's no need for insult. Just tell us what you think underneath. We'll learn from you. All right? Here's what I think can be done to make some of these projects that have been started for the other people to continue this project. Here's what I think. This will help. This is just my thought, and I may be wrong, but it's just my thought. I feel that we need to enact favorable laws that will help protect certain projects or whatever project that is being done in the country. By this I mean that if there is a law in this country that says that a new project cannot come and be done, or a new project cannot be enacted except the old one is completed, it means that every person that comes into power will make sure the project that he finds on ground must be completed before he starts a new one. Because since that law is not there, they can just decide, okay, just as it is now, let the project go to hell. They will start a new one where they're going to make a lot of money, But if it is that they have a law that states that you cannot start a new project except the old one is completed, brother, I promise you, every project in this country will be completed and done properly. All right, the second thing I think that will make people complete project is that we must look at the contractors that are going to be doing this project. By this I mean the contractor must show proof of fund that he has enough resources, that if he's given this project and certain amount are paid, that he will be able to complete this project. Because sometimes I feel that some people set up a company, who Nigeria Limited, or construction company, they will come a company that is like 2 days old, that doesn't have any track record, will come and say they have the resources, or they come and say they can do a project, and they'll do whatever they do to give this project to these companies. If this law is put in place and says that if you don't have the resources on ground to be able to complete such project, you will not be given this project. I'm promising you, contractors will find ways with their bankers to be able to put money together so that they can complete projects, and then this project will be completed and done properly. Then again, they also have situations where they say if a project is not done properly, the construction firm will be held responsible for it. It doesn't matter whether you give money to the person in government and they ate that money. That's not our business. Our business is that we don't know those guys. You're the one that quoted for that job. And if you are not doing it properly, you should be arrested and your company should be shut down, or you go to jail for it. I promise you, a lot of people will sit up and projects will be completed in this country.
Guys, this is just 8 out of the 5,600 abandoned projects. It broke my heart when I was researching for this video. And if these 8 have this much potential, how much more the remaining 5,000 abandoned projects? I'm only stating a problem that I've seen happened or happening over and over in Nigeria, which makes me wonder, who caused us?
If you enjoyed this video, please give this video a like. Let us get this subscriber base to 100,000 this year if we can, you know. And I know without you guys, I can't get that. All right. See you guys in the very next video. Ciao for now.